A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel. In this channeling session, I would be talking about the comparison with karmic energies or the trouble that the divine feminine has been facing because of karmic energies. Now, this is a universal channeling. This is also a timeless channeling. And this is not only channeling, but this is channeling plus guidance. All right, because in my work also, in my therapy also, one of the important therapies that I do is karmic release. And I know that everyone cannot afford a therapy session, which is all right. You don't have to feel bad about it. So I am making this channeling so that I can give out few points to anyone who is doing inner work with the help of the channelings. All right. So now first and foremost, you need to understand that why are these karmic energies even present on your timeline? All right. Now, those of you who are doing work with me, we have a completely systemized plan weekly and daily. We have some activities that we do to work on this. But if in case you're working on your own, then one of the most important thing that you need to do is, you need to understand why is any other karmic or any other person you feel is on your path. You can take a piece of paper and you can make a note, on it. You can write down a question. Now this, again, you can do it even if you're in therapy sessions with me, you can still do it because it's a good activity, It doesn't matter whether I have personally done it with you or not done it with you, you can still do it right now. So you just put down all the points. Like you write down the karmic, whosoever it is, her name, his name. And what are the things that make you feel that because of these things, the masculine is with her and not with you? What are the things that she possesses that you don't possess? All right, she or he, because the karmic can be on both sides. In many cases, the masculines, when they become chasers and the feminine has no interest in him, then they also come and do the same work and they also face that there is a karmic. So they have all these points that now she is with someone because I treated her badly, or I did not understand her back then, or I did this or I did that. But still there are certain points that make him a better choice than you. Okay, so when you write down all those points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or whatever, 4, 5, 6, 7 points, whatever number of points there are, when you write down these points, you have to analyze them properly. And you have to understand that why are you feeling this comparison with this person? And if you notice, the karmic is not the only reason or the only woman with whom you have felt compared with. Okay, in the past. You have felt compared with many people in the past, not just the karmic. But the thing is that when divine masculine leaves you and breaks your heart with so much brutality, you feel that he's been ruthless. So as it is, you are very hurt because he's rejected you, or he has left you, or he has just dumped you, he ghosted you. All of the things that he did, he never heard you, he misunderstood you. Even when some of the feminines, they try to pacify the masculine. So during their pacification sessions, they say, I want to do this, I want to do that, I never meant this, I never meant that. And you'll understand that the masculine is just not willing to listen to you. For whatever you will say, he will be like, no, this is not true, this is not true, this is not true. So as it is, you are in pain because of that. And after a few months of silence, you feel that maybe he or she will come back to me, maybe he or she. And this is for only those people, let me give a disclaimer, who have found out that there is a karmic in the picture. If your masculine has no karmic involvement, like a man or a woman, but they just have gone silent on you, ghosted on you, or they just don't want to talk to you, you are very sure that they are not dating anybody. Or even if they could be dating anyone in private, they have made it very confidential. So you can understand that if a man has with you also it was confidential, with someone else also it's confidential, then obviously the woman is not even a subject of concern. Then the concern is that person only, because he is having his own personal demons or personal issues, because of which neither he has been able to give commitment to anyone else, neither he's been able to give commitment to you. So if there is no man or woman in the picture, then one more thing you can figure out about your divine masculine or your divine feminine, whosoever you're working with right now or working because of, is that there is definitely this person has a commitment issue. In some cases, I even tell feminines that, okay, one thing you can be sure of is that this person you're talking about or you're having difficulties with, this person is not commitment phobic, or this person is, maybe he told you that I cannot commit because of XYZ reason, but he has committed to someone else. So all of the bullshit, all the nonsense excuses that he was giving to you about commitment, that is false. So this will help you to wake up to reality. This will help you to understand that all the sympathy you are showing to him, all the, pampering you are giving to him, that is wrong. Because if someone tells you that, oh, I have a problem, publicizing my relationship, and the next thing you see is with another person, he's open about the relationship, he's posting pictures everywhere, he's painting the town red with his love story. So that definitely means that he has made a fool out of you, he or she, whosoever it is, because the type of excuses they gave to you, those excuses don't apply. Number one, they could be fooling you. So you have to be also very conscious and aware as to what type of relationship did you share with this person. If they told you very clearly in private also, or over phones or messages, that I love you, so they have also accepted that they love you, and they have also accepted that yes, I like you and I find you interesting. So they have acted like, they are in love with you, they wanted to romance you, they even pursued you. So then you can be sure that this type of person was just playing a game with me, a game of love, because to me he said that yes, I love you and this and that, and I got interested in this person, and then one fine day he just left me, and then he found someone else, but all the things that he was not willing to do with me, he's willing to do it with her. Another reason a man could be hiding all of this is because maybe he was always involved with someone else in the first place. You could have been the person that he met in between, like he's dating someone. He's in a relationship which is not public. Maybe his family knows about it. His mother, father, or someone else knows that he's dating, but he doesn't want to share about it on social media. He doesn't want to talk about it. He doesn't want to make it obvious to other people that he has a relationship or he has a girlfriend or whatever. In case of man, it's a boyfriend. That is it. Some people do that. But in the meantime, they meet you, they find you somehow, they find you interesting. And some of these people also do runner-chaser dynamic a lot, because they keep going back to someone else that they already have in the picture in the background. So they will play this game with you. They'll come to you every time they have a fight, or every time they have some, they're getting bored, or they want some new fresh supply. And, with this other person also, they realize that, they keep coming and going back to them. So these are the type of people you need, that's why I said, please write it down. What are the reasons? Do you know the whole truth? And when you do this inner work and ascension work, you need to also be very honest to yourself. At the same time, honest for doing the inner work. Like I know personally people who have come to me for therapy, when they came to me in the first session, they were completely different when I asked them, so what do you want from this person? What do you want from this relationship that has not worked out for you? They would have told me different things like I want this, I want that, blah, blah, blah. But after 3-4 sessions, they only come to me and tell me that, I cannot even tolerate this person. I cannot even see this person because the things this person has done to me. Because after doing inner work, ascension work, their mind starts lighting up like a bulb, like a tube light. Tube light used to, in previous times, like few years back, tube light used to take time to light up. Nowadays, the technology has changed, so the coming generation won't even know, that this was a problem with the tube light. But we remember when I was a child, then I remember this problem with tube light used to come. It would not just light up in 1 second. So the feminines or the masculines who are doing therapy, they light up suddenly out of the blue and they say, oh, I didn't even realize these things. This person was probably fooling me all this while, you know. So you have to be really smart, whether or not you do the inner work yourself or with someone else, whether or not you get into therapy mode or whether you do it, you know, whatever you do, it's your life, but you have to do it smartly. You have to do it with some practicality. Okay. So if you feel that all the things this person told you, he or she cannot do with you despite telling you, and be very careful, because there is a disease, there is a mental disease called erotomania. Erotomania is a disease, it's a mental disorder where a person imagines having a relationship or being in a relationship with someone with whom they could be having even public interaction with, or they could be, you know, in workspace area with them, or they could be very close to them otherwise. But they never had a private affair or a private relationship with that person. But in their imagination, they assume that this person loves me. So everything that that person says, they think and they hope and they imagine that it's for them. Like if a person puts up a romantic status, they think that, oh, they're indirectly telling them how much they love them or they miss them. If they are working together in a setup, it could be any setup, and you know they are talking about some work, so they will keep imagining that secretly they're trying to give me some message. So be very careful. And the reason why I talk about these type of disorders in my channeling sessions, recently I posted about two live sessions I did on the channel Suna Moon Vlogs, where I spoke about two very important things that you all can learn. Number one is, what can we learn from narcissistic people? I know many people think that narcissistic people can't teach you anything, but they also teach us a lot. So, and in the twin flame journey, we meet a lot of narcissistic people, and many of us have gone through narcissistic abuse. A lot of people actually realize that they have gone through narcissistic abuse when they reach to the final stages or to surrender stage. Before that, they didn't even have a clue that they were being abused by so many narcissistic people. So you could be in the twin flame journey, because twin flame journey also doesn't come to completion in 1 month or 2 months, though many people would like to believe that, but that doesn't happen. That's number one. And number two is, what is the scenario with bipolar people and narcissistic people? And again, you need to know all these things, because you need to assess yourself, you know, because whether you don't have the bipolar disorder or NPD disorder in full-blown completion stage, but you could have 1 or 2 points, because depression and anxiety, these are two mental disorders that we all suffer from. And if somebody has had depressive attacks or depressive episodes way too much, then they could be having bipolar disorder. And then you go to a psychiatrist or you go to somebody who only will give you some assessment and then put you on some pills, then that could become dangerous for you. And I know people who are in ascension journey usually have crossed this stage. They don't want to get into all this, because somehow by experience they know that there is some low frequency energy, and these things can only be discussed in spiritual forums like this, because spiritual people who work on these areas or these issues, they know that the chemical medicines or this whole research that they've done, some people have done, it is not a complete research. And I always recommend people to study the Vedas. I recommend people to study Upanishads. I recommend people to read Puranas, because everything is now translated in English. You know, when you read about these things, you get so much information and so much knowledge is put on your path. Okay. So there is this disease which is called erotomania, where you're having an imaginary relationship with a person for a very long time. You know, and you could also be, that person is also a stalker, big time stalker, because they're constantly stalking that person, checking their status updates, checking their pictures. They would even have made some fake accounts to keep an eye on those people. So watch yourself. Watch yourself. If you are participating or if you are doing any of these strange activities, then you need to work on yourself big time. Okay. If you are 100% sure that this person, privately, personally, you have their messages or you have their phone calls or you have met them, you have dated them, and they have told you, or there is, you know, that they did have a proper relationship with you. It's not imaginary. But now, after the end of the relationship, you have become a sort of obsessive person. You are obsessing about them day and night. You are obsessing about them day and night. You are constantly thinking about them day and night. And anything they do, you are basically, if not on internet, maybe you get to meet them constantly, or there is some purpose or some reason that those people are in and around you. So you are getting triggered by their behavior or actions, but you are constantly obsessing about them. So even this is a behavior that the divine feminine needs to check. Okay, when you check on all these areas, then you come to the karmics, why the karmic is bothering you or triggering you, or why is she having more power over you. And soon you will realize that all these points that you have written down, all these points actually come from your own insecurities. They don't, like, she is just an object, she's just a person who's come in front of you because you were obsessing about the divine masculine, or the vice versa. You were constantly obsessing, and in your insecure moments you thought, before the feminines find out that there could be somebody in their lives, they actually play out that fear for very long. Like for few days, for 15 days, 10 days, they keep thinking about it. They keep thinking about what is the worst that can happen. Maybe, and this is why they want to stalk this person, because they want to check. Or most probably they're trying to manifest the relationship big time by doing all the things that law of attraction coaches have said. Write down the affirmations, do this, do that, or keep saying it the whole day, or keep practicing mental awareness. Like, maybe they're giving out correct points, but maybe you are not practicing them properly because your inner work is incomplete. If your mental state, if your inner mental state is already having a strong belief that you cannot get something, you just cannot, that you don't deserve it and it's not meant for you, if you know this, if it's a strong belief system, then how can anything in an external reality show you anything different, right? So you need to first figure out that where are these karmics actually coming from? Like, what is the place, what is the space that they're coming from, right? So you will find out soon with inner work and with practice that they are coming from your trauma areas, from your insecurities, from your fear-based thoughts. You are the one who is giving them power. And again, this is something which I have witnessed, I have seen it, and I'm sure if any one of my student is listening to this, even though they are privately working with me, they would know that they were so insecure with the karmics before doing this work, before releasing this, and now the same karmic can dance in front of them, do whatever she or he wants. Even they could even become friends with them. Like, they would not care about the karmic. In fact, they would soon realize that the karmic could also be a victim of this person that you are obsessing for, because that could also be one of the cases. Not always the karmic is the one who has trapped your man or your woman. It could be very much possible that your man or woman only went after them because they could not get something from you, or you were a type of person they felt that you're not a good match for them in some way or the other, so they feel that someone else could be a good match for them. Now they will both suffer, because whether the karmic also realizes very soon that this person is not the right person for me, and the masculine and the feminine who make this decision, they also very soon realize that I made a mistake. But this only happens when the feminine has done enough inner work. Now, the inner work that the feminine does has to be guilt-free. She can't go on a guilt trip like, oh, I spoiled a relationship which was a happy relationship. Of course, if you are a type of woman or a man who is breaking someone's home, so this is the reason why I tell a lot of divine feminines also that if you find out that that guy, that who you think is your divine masculine or divine feminine, was already in relationship with someone when they met you, they had not only kept the relationship hidden, their original relationship hidden, but even you under the wraps, and you find out, you must confront them and you must talk to them and you must tell them that what the hell, because then they could also be false twin flames. Most of the times when the divine masculine runs away from the feminines, then they find some other woman or some other person. Or it could be possible that he was innocent enough or he or she was innocent enough, but you have to be very sure that you're not breaking someone's home. So, if the masculine comes back to you, say he is married to someone or he is dating someone, if he is a genuine masculine, first of all, he will not come to you till he finishes everything off. Let me tell this to you today. I don't care what coaches have told you. Yeah, if he comes back when he's married to someone, it's all right. Now the other woman will be you will be the karmic for the other woman, and they will tell you practice this type of thing. But a genuine person would never be able to commit to two people at the same time. And there are a lot of married men and women who play this game that, I'm not happy in my relationship. My wife is so annoying. I keep fighting with her. We have no romance. We didn't have sex for like 5 years. We sleep in different rooms. They say all this to the girls or the guys they are trapping. And later on you find out that no, he's having such a beautiful relationship. The poor wife or the poor husband has no clue about it. A genuine person will always come to you. If they really love you, they'll end everything. They will literally finish off everything and they will say, yes, I'm totally free. I have no attachments, I have no commitments because I love you and you are the only person I want. So they will give you that assurance. A genuine person would never want to be trapped in two commitments at the same time. Now this could also be a reason why when the divine masculine runs away from you, he says he could have easily two-timed you, right? You were so much in love with him, and then if he found someone else also. But he did not do that. He cannot do that. He said that no, I cannot be with this woman. The only wrong thing he did was that he ghosted you, or he made one of the biggest wrong things actually. He made certain commitments with you. He spoke to you about lifelong commitments. And then when it became a little difficult for him, he ran away without giving you any explanation or without giving you any information. And then you find out that he is with a new person or with someone else, So we need to be very sure of what we are getting into. Now, when the masculine comes back to you, whenever he comes back to you, first of all, if he doesn't come back to you, it's all right. Number two, whether he comes back to you or not, or whether he is already around you and he is giving you all the hints that he wants to hang out with you also. So you need to see if he is already involved with someone else or not. Because you don't want this karmic torture on you for the rest of your life. So, love is one thing, it's a good thing. And I know there are some people who also promote polygamy, but in the twin flame world, we don't promote all that. In the twin flame world, we don't even promote sexual misconduct because we are in ascension. If you are doing sexual misconduct, if you are drinking alcohol every day, if you are eating meat every day, if you are creating trouble for other people, you would not have the right type of energy. That is why such people, when they come along, on these channels, they just keep spewing hatred to everyone around because their daily habits are so bad. Their daily habits are so inhuman. And they consider because themselves to be twin flames because this information is nowadays getting more and more common. Many people are reading about it. Especially you find this out that people are interested in this twin flame journey, ascension journey, especially when you have crossed or you are into surrender stage, because then a completely new dimension opens up for you. Before that, you are more stuck in the three-dimensional reality. And some of the divine feminines could also be hiding their spiritual side from their partners or from their family members or from their neighbors out of embarrassment. That what if I show how spiritual I am and they're going to make fun of me, or they're going to think I'm stupid, I'm weird or whatever. Even when I meet animal lovers or street dog lovers have told me this thing, that they really had to work very hard because initially when they started going out to feed street animals, their family they would not notice so much. But when they saw that they're doing it every day, every morning and every evening they're going somewhere, and they find out that they are spending money or time in feeding a street animal. I'm telling you this, even if it sounds like a very good act of service and kindness, there are some people who actually face a lot of opposition and oppression because they want to do something for a voiceless being. The family members would try to stop them. They would tell them, what are you doing? Don't embarrass us. And suddenly when you're doing something good, you will see that people with dark energies will come and attack you. Like you're walking on the street in a very happy mood, feeding someone. Suddenly a crazy lady or a crazy man would come from nowhere and tell you, hey, why are you giving food to this animal? Why are you feeding over here? This is public road and blah, blah, blah. It all depends on who you are and what type of person you are. Like I have been in places and situations where I have ignored them completely. Like I didn't give two hoots about what they were saying, or I was just made such a horrible looking face. Like they got really scared of me, thinking that I could be some crazy person with a gun in my pocket or something. Or else in some cases I was extremely sweet to them and I told them, why don't you also try it out? Or in some cases I even called the police. Or in some cases I just didn't, I was very silent and I was like, well, I'm going to do it every day. You have a problem with me, please you do something about it. Or in some cases, so it totally depends on people to people, person to person. But every time, know it, you're going to do something good, something which is true, real, authentic. Somebody will come and attack you. And even I used to think that this is maybe just imagination. But this attacking is actually coming from our programming. Because when we were little kids and we wanted to do something which we loved or we enjoyed or which came from our soul, somebody came and stopped us. It could be maybe you are trying to paint a picture. You don't want to do your homework. You're a little child. You have huge homework in front of you, which you don't feel like doing. You sit and start painting a picture. It's a beautiful picture. Suddenly your mother, father, teacher, uncle, aunt, someone comes who's responsible for you. They look at you and they start screaming at you. What the hell are you doing? You're not doing your homework and making this painting, this stupid painting. Some of the times you might even get slapped for it. You might even get, physically assaulted for it. And in your heart, you feel very bad. You feel very terrorized. Because you were so happy making that painting. You really didn't care about the grades, or you really didn't care about, this is the reason why I want Gurukul system to come back in the whole world. Because in the Gurukuls, the teachers, the way they teach the students, even if they punish the students, they would tell the students that, look, I am punishing you because you are going against the nature. I am punishing you because, you maybe knowingly or unknowingly you hurt someone. Then it makes sense for the child also to understand, okay, this is my human mistake that I made. But if a child wants to be a child and the society or the adults don't let them do it, the child will form some kind of a block in their heart. So this is how the heart chakra gets blocked. So when we work on the heart chakra areas, we find out these places where things that you wanted to do from your heart and your soul, out of unconditional love, out of pure joy, when you stopped from doing that, what type of effect it gives you. And it gives a very long lasting effect, a lifelong effect. Some of the people I know, like in childhood, they used to do certain activities. Now they've grown up, they are in their 40s, mid 40s, early 40s, late 40s, mid 30s, late 30s, whatever, because ascension work normally becomes stronger after you turn 30. This is my experience of noticing this thing. And when I was studying human design, every single person who's a projector or every type of projector, 5.1, 5.2, 6.2, 6.1, or other numbers, other categories also, manifestors, manifesting generators, I saw that when I read their description or when I studied their type properly, I found out that most of them become more awakened after their late 20s, because after that time you have absorbed a lot of information from the society and you already know that this is going to happen or that is going to happen. In previous times also, when the dark ages were not there, human beings never used to produce children the way they produce now. At the age of 15 or 16, you're still considered a child. Even if you have reached puberty, so what? So what? Puberty is a normal thing. It's a part of growing up. But in some cultures, puberty is seen as some kind of a dark sin that you have committed. In some cultures, it is welcomed. The mothers, it all depends on how you've been raised. Let me tell you that. Everything depends on how you were raised. But we don't want to get into the blame game, because then we will delay our own growth. We just want to know that yes, this was the reason, this is why it happened, although it would make you very angry, it would really upset you, but once you release those people won't be able to control you anymore. And if they want to come back to you trying to control you, you will have very strong boundaries. And then they will realize that in order to speak with you, they cannot behave in a certain way. They have to respect you as a person. So all of these things are also karmic entanglements, because your karmics are basically the projection of some person who abused you in the past, or because of who you can't be happy. So this is the reason why I said those masculines who don't involve in a karmic relationship, like with a man or a woman, and they are just lost in their own world, or they have their own demons to work with, they are supposed to be treated slightly differently. Because then the reasons because of which they are running away from you are more deeper than you know, or they are a little different than even if not deeper. So on this note, I would close this channeling session. All the very best to you. One love and peace out.